Slim Thug crashing out over Megan Thee Stallion for rejecting him? Tell me your thoughts down below.
You ain't give Slim that chance. He not around 25 years later still buying Rolls Royces. And I'm still in shape like a This is what you gotta live with. So don't ever be mad at no. Just accept the no. You gonna get your time to shine. They have to live what they told you no. Okay, if it ain't me, let's see how that work out for you.
This is veteran rapper Slim Thug, age 45, shooting his shot for the millionth time at 30-year-old Megan Thee Stallion. And the thing about it is, he seems like an obvious hater, because why does he think that because he can still buy a Rolls Royce 25 years later, that Klay Thompson, Megan's current 35-year-old boyfriend, worth $60 million, that he can't do the same? You showing your biceps like that man isn't a well-trained professional basketball player. Like that man hasn't gotten a couple championship rings. The fact that you think that you're even in a league with Klay Thompson is beyond me. Your confidence needs to be studied. And then you're making a video acting as if you're trying to tell other men how to accept no. Accepting no wouldn't have been making this video in your car. It would have been quietly taking that L. That girl is 30. She wants a man never married, no kids. You have 6 children. Maybe she doesn't want to play stepmommy to 6 of your kids. Your money will impress a woman who doesn't have any. But a woman like Megan doesn't need your money. If she wants to cry, she'll use her $6 million to wipe her eyes.
If I was Meg, I would block him on every social media platform and probably get a restraining order. Slim Thug just posted a video not too long ago where he's ranting to himself, mad because Meg Thee Stallion chose Klay Thompson over him. Mind you, they never had a relationship. He ran with the idea of thinking that Meg Thee Stallion had a crush on him because she played 2 of his songs during Coachella. Yeah, this man is out of his fucking mind. He's sitting there counting and watching their pockets. He says he's watching her stories. He's watching her post. Everything that she's on that he can get his eyes on, he's watching her in every magnitude possible. He even quoted the amount of Klay Thompson's watch that she bought for him. And he was like, how are you going to get her something of that magnitude? I would never let a woman get me something that expensive because now she's going to expect it back. Of course, you couldn't afford to do that. You're only worth like 2 to 3 million, and that's per Google. It might be less than that. You're talking about a couple who is collectively worth over $100 million together. You don't have that type of clout. You don't have that type of bread. He is obsessed, and he is literally, in his mind, has created a scenario or some type of reality where him and Megan Thee Stallion actually were together, or maybe he thought she wanted him. Why would she want you? You are a 44-year-old man. She is 30 years old. What the hell? And in the middle of his rant, he gets pulled over by the police. I think he ran a stop sign. Like, that's how obsessed he is over her. That's how infatuated he is over Megan Thee Stallion. Either way, his fans are like, he's taking the L. I'm not listening to his music anymore. That is it for me, because that is weird. That is extremely weird.
I know a lot of men who are going to end up just like Slim Thug, old and bitter. I know a lot of men who are going to end up like that. And y'all niggas better take heed so you don't look like that at 45 years old. Slim Thug is crashing out on the internet because he, shot his shot at Megan Thee Stallion and she hasn't given him a chance. And he literally basically saying, you've given all these other men a chance. Why don't I get a piece? Like, sir. And there's a lot of men whose looks carried them for a very long time, like in their 20s and their early 30s. Like, they could just get by just because, they were attractive. Women would just ignore all the other red flags because they were attractive. But when you're in your 40s, he's like 15 years her senior. When you're in your 40s, women are going to expect more out of you because you are grown. And you still have the mindset of a 22-year-old, sir. And it's going to be a lot of men. I know a lot of men who are going to end up like that in their 40s, no wife, no family, no nothing, sitting on the internet mad because young girls are not attracted to them. And they are used to, being that sex symbol that everybody wanted. It's crazy. Just because she raps about, being promiscuous or not even like having sex and twerking and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that she has to give it to anybody. I mean, there's a lot of rappers who rap about, activity they've never taken part in. Killing people they ain't never killed nobody. She's an entertainer. She's literally an entertainer. And Slim Thug, his behavior is actually scary. It's giving that he would, or
And may Slim Thug and Shannon Sharpe serve as examples for us all. More so Slim Thug. As a sign of what happens when you don't know how to let stuff go. I think this is about a lot of things for him. He's accustomed to being centered because he's in the rap game, and what he wants, he gets. Forgetting that you matter most in the time slot that you were most impactful. There's another generation coming up that will not value you in the same way. And because during your time, you were able to shoot every shot and they all land, when it doesn't, instead of accepting that because you haven't matured here, you come online and crash out. And I think the part that's sad, mind you, I'm thinning right there. Y'all, I'm going to the dermatologist because I don't know what's going on with my head. But I think it's like really interesting that he's on here positioning his crash out as advice for the young men. Like, take that L, you got to take that L, while attempting to down her current partner who is worth more than him. Like, for that to even be your position shows that you're just a hater. Like, tipping on Fofo's national basketball champion. Another perspective to consider is the fact that he's frustrated that a guy who maybe is viewed as corny bagged a Megan. And he can't rationalize that because they're both from Texas. You know what it is. I know what type of guys you like. Yeah, but maybe she wants to try something different because the type that she's liked hasn't worked out for her so well. Mind you, she lost her parents, grandparents. I'm in my 30s and still need my last living parent, right? And so he might be hating because flashing the Rolls Royce, that just sounds such a like an old flex, but anyway, he don't even recognize that it's aging him by talking like that. But that is not baiting her. Fishing is new experiences, somebody within her age group, and I am floored at that. I heard about it, but I finally saw it, and yeah. See, this is what happens when you play all day. You wake up and you end up being the old hag, as Shannon Sharpe would describe, that you were running from. Now look at you. Cheat.
I'm so tired of men that don't even have a chance at Megan Thee Stallion talking about her. Like, Slim Thug, nobody cares what you have to say. It's just please notice how all the men who are speaking about Megan Thee Stallion, if she gave them the time of day, they would drop everything they have on their schedule for her. They would. The loudest ones are the ones who want her the most, and I'm just sick of it. You don't have a chance. She doesn't want you. She doesn't. Megan Thee Stallion on Klay Thompson's arm, and no Megan Thee Stallion on your arm. Wrap it up. I didn't realize, it's like I knew men were annoying, but men are more insufferable when the woman that they want badly gets with someone else. And the woman that they want is so unattainable. In what world, Slim Thug, do you get Meg? Because that's really the reason why you're talking so loudly about her gifting him the watch. Shaq too. Shaq has been all up in her comments, thirsty as hell, talking about their relationship. The loudest of you guys, you're lame and you don't have a chance at her. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. This is why when I'm president, I have to limit men speaking. A lot of y'all will not be able to speak under my reign. I'm sick of it.
Y'all really be reaching. What Slim Thug is saying is that he messed with regular caliber women because he's used to getting catered to by women. He wanted to be the king in his house, and that he is glad that he wasn't put in a position to be somebody like Megan Thee Stallion boyfriend. He wouldn't have never even tried to holler at them because he knew it was gonna make him have to do extra service. Like, for instance, her buying that $300,000 watch. He's saying, if a girl buy you a $300,000 watch, what you gotta buy her? Like, at least something for $600. You gotta, cause he don't want to be little boy. So he glad he not in that situation. So that wasn't for like celebrity talk. That was just like surface level type talking. I get what you're trying to say, bro.
Slim Thug said he want to be treated like King Joffrey Joker. He said his love language is acts of service, which to me says, I want you to come and serve me. In the whole video, he never said how he could be there for her. He was really just saying what all he wanted her to do for him. And he started the video off by saying, you gave that ninja a chance but couldn't give me no chance. No. Middle-aged man. No. Because you know what? And I'm a woman of a particular age, baby. I'm half 80 myself. A little bit over. But you know what I'm saying? These middle-aged men be going through a midlife crisis, and it's all about them. They are selfish and self-centered more than a woman is. Do you hear me? It's all about them, what you can do for them. They ain't trying to do nothing for nobody. They just want to be served.
All right, let's talk about this whole thing with Slim Thug. Now, I think that's the dude that's tipping on football. I'm sorry. I missed my generation. I got the little last part of it. I don't know who this man is really. I just know he was notorious for like hip hop music or whatever. So don't get at me. I'm only talking about this because Slim Thug is in his probably 40s, 50s, whatever, trying to get at Megan Thee Stallion. And Meg wasn't going for it. She was with Klay Thompson. Now he's talking about the watch that she bought Klay. Either way, you are too old to be concerned about the woman that rejected you and her man's business. Talk about the watch that she got him. What the frick is going on? Grow up. But oh man, I be realizing. Think about it. A lot of men at that age bracket of like 40s, 50s, they be real emotional, very emotional, and they gossip just like women. And that's not a knock to women, because I grew up with women and I hear gossip all the time. But especially for that 40 to 50 age like range, I think it's because they were the I don't say first generation, but the generation without their fathers, or if they did have them, they're very authoritarian. But either way, predominantly they're going to be raised by single mothers, and you're seeing it firsthand by the gossiping and everything like that. Just go ahead and settle down and start a family. There's nothing wrong with that. You're trying to be young and be all hip with everything and hip on game with young women who are in their prime. Not even prime. Some of them still be fine, but just leave them alone. Move on.